Excuse how rough I look, but I just talked to a friend that I hadn't talked to in a while, maybe a year and a half. I haven't talked to her. Anyways, we found each other on Facebook, so we exchanged numbers. We were texting. She was like, "Oh, I've been seeing your silly little TikToks. Like, how do you have the courage to post some of them? Because some of them are cringe." First of all, most of them are cringe, and that's fine. I have the courage because I don't care. I said, mostly everybody that support me on TikTok, they started off as strangers. But now, I have a community. We support each other and encourage each other. I said, that's funny. I said, I've never seen you like any of my videos. She's like, yeah, I don't. I just use it to watch. I'm like, you just watch it, but you don't engage. Like, well, I like things that interest me. Cooking videos. I'm like, I've made cooking videos. She's like, I guess I haven't seen them. Oh, okay, so first of all, you only watch my shit to judge it. Like you're judging me on being cringy. This is why I don't like people I know in real life following me on TikTok. TikTok is for strangers because my TikTok besties I've made support me way more than people I know in real life. The people you know in real life will be your biggest haters, and I don't need that. So, bye.
See, one thing about me, I don't ask for much. I really don't ask for nothing. So I feel like I be looking for somebody to call me, check on me, reassure me, make sure I'm straight. And I feel like me, I'm always checking on people. I'm always thinking about this person. If I go to the store, I'm going to get you something. If I go get me some Chick-fil-A, I'm going to get you something. But I feel the reason why I'm saying this because it's really bothering me because I just got home from work. I just got home from school. And I checked my phone dry. My mama texted me. Some other people text me. But the person I wanted to text me didn't text me. So I'm already like, what the fuck? Like, what is you doing? So I called him. He was like, oh, I was asleep. I'm like, you sleeping at 12 o'clock? You normally a morning person. I normally be doing sleep. And he was like, yeah, I had got up. I took a shower. No, he said I got up. I went and got a snack. I took a piss. And I took a shower. And I got back in bed and I laid down. So here come me. I'm like, so nowhere in that time frame you didn't think to text me. You didn't think to call me. But men don't think like that. They don't think ahead. They don't think, oh, well, if he wanted to, he would. But he didn't. So he didn't want to. But I feel like me, if I'm fucking with you and you fucking with me, or we got some type of feelings or mutual or some type of love for each other, if I go to school or go to work and I come home or I look at my phone and there's no messages from you, that just shows me that you don't care about me. I don't know. That's girl math to me. If I go to school and look at my phone when I get off of school from 7 to 12 and I don't get no messages from you, but when I call you, you answer like this, that shit pisses me off. Because people make time for what they want. And I really hate that every time I involve my feelings with somebody, it's always that. When it comes to friendships, relationships, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's always me overplaying my role in every fucking situation that I get in. And I'll be ended up looking like the dummy. Because I'm pissed off. That's why I'm eating my call. Because I feel like you was up. You had time to take a piss, take a shower, eat your little snack. You ain't had time to text Shelby. You ain't had time to ask me, oh, how's school going? Or you ain't had time to, ooh. You ain't had time to ask. Like, I just feel like I be looking for that. And he know that. We always getting arguments about simple shit. And I feel like I don't be asking for much. I'm a very independent woman. I don't ask a nigga for nothing. So I feel like if I'm fucking with you, to be honest, I really shouldn't even be fucking with him. I just had to get it off my chest. Because I really don't like how I was at school all morning and I didn't get no text messages from you. But the minute I'm off of you, you'll be on my dick for real. You'll be on my trail for real.
Girl, can I just vent for a second? Did you know that the most efficient way to actually get rid of an emotion and heal through an emotion is not venting? I never realized that. I've never been one to really vent, but for my childhood stuff, yes, lately I thought, oh, I gotta talk about it. I gotta fix it to talk about it. That's how I'm gonna fix it. No, actually letting David Hawkins and letting go is actually teaching me that whenever you give an emotion or an instance or whatever you want to call it, a more space in your mind by venting it, it makes it worse, and it actually does the opposite effect, and that will actually get you to a lower vibration in life and make life a little bit more sucky. So I'm learning to just sit with my emotions and sit with them and not vent them out, because it actually brings more of that into my life. And why do we want that? So I just want to share, so let me know if you agree or not.
Okay. Please, if you want to hear a rant, you want to hear me vent a little bit, stick around, because I don't get people. I don't understand what I just witnessed. I unfortunately was not able to get my phone out to record the interaction, but I'm just appalled sometimes at the behavior of other people. So I am sitting in the Panera drive-thru. I decided to get a late lunch before I go and pick up my son and head home after work. And I'm, sitting there, and anybody who's been to Panera, you understand that, because of the fact that they do serve fresh food and it is made to order, they sometimes take a while. You have to be a little patient in order to get your delicious meal. Not a big deal. I'm not in a hurry. I'm already done with work. So I'm in the drive-thru. I'm waiting. It's probably been at least 10 minutes, probably pushing closer to 12, which is kind of where this story leads into. And so, it had been a few minutes, and I'm just listening to music, singing along, enjoying the quiet before I have to go home. And out of nowhere, I realized that a woman is walking behind my car, and she then is beside my car, and I'm looking out my window, because of course my window's down. I'm waiting for them to bring me my food, and she goes, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Yeah, can I help you? Is there even anybody here?" And I looked at her confused, because I'm not really understanding the question. Like, yeah, obviously somebody's there. They took your order. So like, what, huh? And she goes, "Is there even anybody in here?" And I said, "Yeah, there's people in there." And she starts banging on the window. I said, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And she goes, "I have been waiting here for 10 minutes. And I said, "Yeah, I understand that. I've been here for 12 minutes and I'm not banging on the window." And she goes, "I don't understand what's taking so long. They need to wake up," and bangs on the window again, and then heads back to her car. And I'm just sitting there looking at the window, like completely shocked. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm afraid to eat my food. I am. I feel like I should probably inspect it, because if they spit in my food because this bitch was being rude, we're gonna have a major problem. This little old lady, I don't understand why we are so impatient and entitled around here anymore. I don't get it. You chose to come out for lunch. You chose to go to Panera. You chose to sit in the drive-thru, and you also chose to make a fool of yourself and put my food at risk. You put my food at risk. I'm not happy about it. I absolutely don't understand. I don't understand. And I'm so sorry to the workers that were behind that glass, because they probably thought I was being a major twasicle. Like, it wasn't me. I'm sorry, it wasn't me.
Yeah, mental illness is so fucking expensive. We won't even talk about the medication aspect. I took a mental illness leave only to literally fight the leave team the entire time of my leave. So I was like literally doing a job anyway to prove my mental illness, which is exhausting. My internet and power got cut off today. Had to pay the power, got to pay the internet to go back to work next week on Thursday. And I haven't paid rent yet, so they're only going to get about $300 until next week, when I can probably give them a few more. Whole time, it's supposed to be very convenient. Like, yeah, you can take a mental illness leave and you'll get 60% of your pay. But they messed that up so bad. By the time they paid me, insurance and all the other deductions took so much money, like $400 out of my paycheck. So taking my mental illness leave, I really didn't get to leave my mental illness, because... And if any of you know, mental illness gets worse when you're broke. Also, I'm not asking for money. I just made this post to let other people know, and just because I'm not the only one.
So look what I got. So you guys can hear my high-pitched ass voice. But I wanted to come on here and just be a little bit real with you guys. If anybody cares, I really don't know if anyone's even gonna watch this, but maybe like 4 of you will. I really don't know. But so my niece has been here. Everybody knows that. I've been pretty open about that. I just want everybody to know that my niece has been here. My schedule's been really hit or miss, but I'm so grateful for everybody who's been so patient with me with that. She does go home this month. At the end of the month, she goes home the weekend of the 25th. So again, big thank you to everybody who's been so patient. I will be doing some big sales after she goes home. But the other reason I wanted to make this video was because of another reason why I've not been posting recently, and I almost feel like I'm posting even less. Like I'm trying even less to post. And it's only because, and maybe some of you will relate, I really don't know. But I cut my biological father and that whole side of my family out just before the pandemic hit. And they recently refound my socials. My stepmom's been on my TikTok a few times. My biological father has been on my Facebook stories a few times, to the point he actually saw an updated photo of my son, and it's made me very uncomfortable, to the extent that now I'm not posting my son on anything. I used to post him on Facebook for my friends. Like I'd change my settings to where it was only friends. But this story was posted to my Instagram, and I did not realize that my Instagram would post it to my Facebook. And yeah, so it's really been just messing with me. And I'm trying to get out of the funk, but you're probably thinking, like, why don't you just block them? At the same time, I do want to block them, but they said, specifically my biological dad, he said a lot of really hurtful and demeaning things to me, and has over the years. I'm 27. I cut him out when I was 21-ish, 22. And so I really want him to see how successful and how far I've come in my life, whether it be personal, financial, career wise, as a mother, whatever. And the same goes for my stepmom, because she also said some really hurtful things about me to my mother. And yeah, so I made an appointment with my therapist because I am in therapy about this still to this day. But yeah, I just really wanted to come on here and just apologize. I'm doing my really best, but if you know me personally, you know that I'm not much of a poster. I am a poster when it comes to memes and stupid BS on Facebook, or stupid rants or something like that, but I'm learning to be more consistent and more confident in what I post when it comes to my work. I do a lot of comparing of myself to you all on social media, and I'm trying not to do that, but that's not about that. This is not about this. So if you made it this far, thank you. I greatly appreciate you. But yeah, that's just why I feel like I've posted even less than normal. But with my niece being here, I am camera shy, like to the point I drove to my best friend's work to film this in her parking lot because it's empty. And so, Bailey, if you're seeing this, I'm in your work parking lot right now. But yeah, that's it. I hope everyone had a great holiday and has a great rest of your week. Stay safe, and clock him if you need to. Punch a bitch. I don't know. Bye.
My 1 year cake anniversary got over 44 million views. My 2 year cake anniversary, which I did 2 of them because I did one early because of the TikTok ban, where I flipped a 2-tiered cake. I think it's less than 10K views right now. I haven't made any money on it either because it says in my analytics that nobody has watched over 5 seconds of it. It says 0% watched over 5 seconds of it, which I cannot believe. Then my other 2-year anniversary one that I did on the day because you guys were begging me to only has like 2K views. It's so frustrating to go from 44 million views to 2K views because one is eligible for the creator fund and the other one wasn't. It's just so unfair. I have hustled my booty off on this app to see other people make it and nothing happens for me. I don't want to toot my own horn, but nobody can do what I do. Nobody can flip a cake like I can flip a cake. I know that's a weird thing to do, but I'm good at it. I can flip a cake blindfolded. I can flip a cake with lit candles. Who else can do that? Maybe I should start working birthday parties. I'm really just so close. I just give it up. Okay, love you, bye.
You know, I've been doing everything on my end and in my power to better my life and my situation, but things haven't been really working out, and that kind of sucks, you know. And I don't want to be posting it on social media and TikTok because who wants to hear about a man complaining and bitching about how things didn't work out for him, you know? But anyways, send me $1,000 to my PayPal to make me feel better and make my day. Yeah, a real one. I know you're gonna do it. Make sure you send me that $1,000 to my PayPal to make me feel better. Don't I deserve to feel better? Don't I deserve to be happy? Come on now. I'm not no entitled, spoiled, rich kid brat. Come on.